Welcome to Raw Take, everyone, the lifeline to your unfiltered media experience. I'm your host, Gion Thomas, and we got a great show for y'all today. So, despite all the craziness going on with the coup attempt going on our nation's capital, the Democrats won the Senate. Gion Ossoff and Reverend Warnock won their Senate races. The Democrats have a majority in the Senate. I mean, this means so many things. The first thing that this means is bye-bye Mitch McConnell. You are now the minority leader. So many things will now be able to progress forward. Even if there's certain changes, things will be able to progress forward. Mitch McConnell, when he was the majority leader for the Republicans in the Senate, he didn't let anything get through unless it was tax cuts or hurting poor people or hurting minorities. That's the only thing he would let through. So now, since he's gone, Democrats now have a majority in the Senate. This is good. So this means Chuck Schumer now moves to the majority leader. I have my gripes with Chuck Schumer, but he's far better than Mitch McConnell. He'll get some things through, and with the Democrats and the progressive groups putting so much pressure now on corporate Democrats, they have to now listen to us. So this is the new day and age, guys. We have some things to be happy for. But, we just got to keep on progressing forward. And we have to look at, how did we win Georgia? What was the things that led us to winning Georgia? And that was Stacey Abrams. And that was when she lost her governor race. She hit the pavement and she registered over 800,000 voters. Guys, we need to take a page from her book, and out here in Texas and any other place that we're trying to flip blue, we need to see what she did. And what she did was she registered people to vote. She increased the Democratic voter base. And that's what progressives and other Democrats have to do. We have to increase the voter base. We have to hit the pavement. We have to get these young kids who are interested in politics, because there are a lot of young people interested in politics. We need to get there. We need to get them registered to vote. That is how you make change. That is how you're going to flip places blue. Is getting people who are not involved in politics, getting them involved in politics. And Stacey Abrams, that's exactly what she did for Georgia. And it worked. So we don't have to reinvent the wheel, guys. It's already there. The blueprint is there. Register people to vote. Hit the pavement. Grassroots. This is all grassroots organizing. That's all this is. And some people try and say grassroots organizing is played out and it doesn't work. But this is the exact stuff that works. This is how you get the people involved. I mean, I remember a couple of years ago when a politician came knocked on my door, and I was already involved in politics, but that's how I progressed further into politics. That's how it happens. Grassroots movement, knocking on the door, hitting the pavement, talking to people who aren't normally involved in politics. That's what we got to do. And we got to set an example by doing that. Let's talk about some of the things that having Ossoff and Reverend Warnock in the Senate. What does this mean? What does this mean for Americans? This means that we can now start to get things like a $2,000 stimulus check. Oh my God. I mean, to me, it was asinine for Kelly Loeffler and Purdue to not vote for a $2,000 stimulus check. You have people going through a pandemic, suffering, people getting kicked out of their homes, people losing their livelihoods, and you don't want to give people a $2,000 stimulus check? I mean, people need to be getting monthly $2,000 stimulus checks. I mean, but with this new Senate, that's probably things that we can work towards. But to me, it doesn't make sense how you would have these people, these Republicans, not fight for their constituents. I mean, that means they're so beholden to their donors, to the people who give them millions of dollars, to the corporations that gives them thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, to their campaigns. That's who they're more beholden to. And we saw that with that vote. You gave the people $600. People going through a crisis, people going through a pandemic, people getting kicked out of their homes. You gave them $600. That is the equivalent to the Marie Antoinette quote, "Let them eat cake." Even though we all know that quote was never really said, but that is the equivalent to that. You gave people who are suffering $600, and you want to know why you lost? You're not helping the people out. This is a new trend, people. Politicians, hear it loud and clear. You're not helping your constituents. You're not helping the everyday, average American people. You're going to lose your job, dude. You're getting kicked out. Gone. You're gone, bozos. We're not standing for that anymore. We want politicians who are going to help out the people. You're not helping out the people. You're gone. We're done with this. And I love it. I love people getting involved in politics. Because now politicians have to be accountable. Now, you have to listen to me. You have to listen to us. Because, millionaires, they only have one vote. The little people have tons, millions of votes. You're catering to the wrong people, guys. You got to cater to the people. And that's what Ossoff and Reverend Warnock did. They catered to the people. They spoke to the people. I mean, Leffler, she was hanging out with racists, KKK members, former KKK members. I don't know, man. I see no redemption for former KK members. There's no redemption for people like that. And you're sitting there talking to these people. Yeah, y'all are gone. Bye. So that's the new trend. That's the new trend in America, people. Politicians who don't cater to their constituents, to the people who put them in office, the average day, the working class Americans, they're getting gone. They're getting kicked out. They're getting the boot. We're giving them the boot, everybody. We're not standing for this anymore, and I love it. I love it. And hopefully, one thing I hope is the Democrats don't squander this. I mean, we need to enact some real progressive policies. Give us UBI. If y'all can cut checks while we're in a pandemic, when the economy is fully running, y'all should be able to cut checks more often. It's called trickle-up economics. You give the people money, they then stimulate the free market. Because you save money, you give tax cuts to these billionaires and millionaires, they're not going to put that money back into the economy. They hoard the money. It doesn't re-stimulate the economy. We've seen this done over and over again. It doesn't work. Trickle down doesn't work. Trickle up works. Trickle up economics. Look it up, people. So yeah, we the people, we're not having it anymore. We want real change, and so like I'm saying, the Democrats, they need not squander this. You cannot squander this. Legalize marijuana, UBI, Medicare for all. I mean, at least a public option. I mean, we need to at least get a public option. I want us to get Medicare for all, but a public option will do. Free college. Let's get on it, guys. Let's make some real change. We have power right now. Let's solidify the power. You know how you solidify the power? You make concrete change for the people. Look at FDR. They had to create term limits because he was doing so good for the people. They were like, man, we don't ever want to let this guy out of office. He's helping us. They called him a traitor to his class because he was a wealthy man, but he was helping out the poor people, helping out the working class. So that's exactly what we need. I don't know if Joe Biden's going to be FDR. Like, I'm pretty sure he won't. I mean, he's already said he's looking forward. He's not changing the concentration camps on the border. I mean, so it's kind of hard to see him, be FDR-like, but we can push him. And I think that's one of the messages that we have to keep on our politicians. We have to keep pushing them. We have to keep, antagonizing them. I mean, not in a violent way, but, online, like, be those nagging voices. Like, hey, do this. Hey, we want you to do this. Force a Medicare for all vote. Force a $15 minimum wage vote. There's things that you politicians can do. With being in the system, you have power. Use that power for good. Make some real change. So, guys, that's our show.